Hi, and welcome to episode 80 of M1 Yarns and the Michigan Makers podcast. If you're new here, welcome. This is a mostly knitting related podcast. Occasionally a little bit of fiber spinning, occasionally, including today, a little bit of crochet. And if you are returning, thank you for coming back. Welcome back. And if you enjoy the content in today's episode, please consider hitting the like and subscribe button, as both those things really help support my channel in a way that doesn't cost you a dime. And if you are interested in financially supporting this channel, I do have links below to everywhere that I'm found, including my Patreon, where you can support the channel for as little as $1. So, did I mention my name is Jamie? I can't remember. It's Friday afternoon, and it's been a week. I'm the dyer behind m1yarns.com, and I am your host. So grab a drink and maybe your knitting or spinning or crochet project, and let's dive right in. So I'm coming to you today from Metro Detroit, Michigan, where we are having an anomaly of a February day. And by anomaly, I mean that it is sunny, really sunny. I grew up in Colorado where it is sunny 300 days a year, and now I live in Michigan where it's sunny 65 days a year. So if you live in both places for a year, you might get a whole year of sunshine. But all that to say that Michigan's very cloudy usually. So it feels very weird. So if we get some weird light coming from, this sweater needs to be combed. Or what's it called? Gleanered? Razored? It's like a sweater razor, I think. Anyway, if you get some weird lighting from that direction, it's because it's sunny today. It was so sunny this afternoon that I took one of my dogs for a nice long walk. Thus, my hair looks like garbage. The other dog, Daisy, who is laying over there, is highly medicated. We took her to the vet after we'd been giving her 3 weeks to heal from a dog playful wrestling match, and she wasn't getting better. Turns out, we think that she has a small ACL tear. So now she is on doggy bed rest, and thus highly medicated to calm down. So hopefully, since one was walked and one is medicated, they both will be quiet for this episode. But enough rambling. I'm already like 3 minutes into this, and we haven't talked about yarn yet. So let's start with what I'm wearing. This is the Moorland. I gotta show you this beautiful cable work. Why is that so hard to say? Beautiful cable work on the sleeve. The rest of it is essentially a plain stockinette. This is a steeked cardigan. I knit this 2 years ago. I think this was one of my Rhinebeck sweaters in 2022. And this was my first steek. So this was a success. I'm not 1,000% happy with the fit. In my estimation, it could have, I don't know if it's the button placement or if the yoke or if the collar is too big. The body is fine. I don't know if the color is my issue, but there's an issue. I don't wear this that much, and it's a shame because it's really pretty. So I'm wearing it today because I am kind of giving this an opportunity for my brain to mull over, maybe over dyeing it. I actually was looking at a chart of colors, trying to think, like, if I were to over dye it, what would I do? How would I do it? I mean, I know how I would do it. I've done it before. But yeah, I think I'm not digging the ivory. The undyed light. It's not working for me. So anyway, so the other day I was out and about and I met this person who was wearing a jacket. I will insert a photo here so you can follow along visually. But this jacket caught my eye for multiple reasons. Not only the crochet, which was just so fun in how it was done, the color, the placement, all of that, but the fact that it was both like basically a puffer vest with fuzzy sleeves, which is like the mashup of like everything fabulous. And I stopped the person and said, "Did you make this masterpiece?" And she said, "No, it's store-bought." She told me the brand. I think it was C New York. And she said, "Oh, it was, a few years ago, whatever, but it's, sometimes you'll see it on Poshmark for $1,000. And so I Googled it, and I found it on another website going for $550. And I thought to myself, I could make that. I could make it, and I could make it better. So let me walk you through my next project. I ordered this puffer vest from Old Navy, which I just adore this brown. This is awesome. Totally my vibe, right? Kind of earth tones. And then I went to Joann. And I got this fabric for the sleeves. So now we have like this going. So I'm going to make sleeves and attach it to the vest, which should be fairly easy. I've already figured out, like, looking at the arm inset on the vest. Oh, it's just going to make it so easy. So sleeves, vest, and then I had some leftover skeins from other projects that I thought would go nicely with this color palette for a little pop. Daisy, lay down. Well, that's the debate. I have a bunch of yarn, including this, which I just thought was really fun. And I have, what else do I have? I had this. I had some gray for some neutral. I have some fingering weight stuff. These. So I have some scraps. And then I have some mini skeins that I've collected, like, random, that I could also do. This is going to be my, like, I Heart Fiber vest. That's what we're going to call it. Anyway, I'm actually really enjoying it this time. I'm so proud of myself. So, while I hardly ever crochet, and I will tell you why before you crocheters come for me, this is finally, after 20 years of knitting, this is the project that has me buzzing for crochet. So, I am an extremely tight crocheter, and I'm an extremely loose knitter. And because of that unusual feeling of the tightness, I have never really, like, dedicated a lot of time to crochet. I've done a couple of things. I've done a little bit here and there, but not a lot. So this has me excited. I think that's the key. You have to be inspired. It has to be something that you want. And so this week I have spent quite a few evenings watching videos, particularly by my friend Tony of TL Yarn Crafts. If you don't already crochet, go check out her channel. She's been putting out videos for years. She has a whole lovely collection. She does a great podcast. She's an awesome human being who lives near me, and her mother is an angel sent from God. I love Gwen. Shout out to Gwen. You birthed and mentored an amazing crochet coach who now has me inspired. And so I've been watching some of her granny square videos so that I can make granny squares for my vest even cooler than this one. So these granny square videos that I've been watching on YouTube have made it, that's the great thing about crochet. You can just take it out. I was doing a little practicing, and I know that this is super wonky, but I'm super proud of this. Having not crocheted much in the last few years, I know where I messed up. It's not perfect, but it's progress. So this was just like a little sampling while I was following along. So it's funny that it kind of looks like a heart because Valentine's is coming up. So we'll just say, I heart you. So that's my project for the foreseeable future. The problem is, there's a twofold problem. Yesterday, I sliced my finger open on a potato peeler and had to go get it literally glued shut. I'm not going to show you up close. It's kind of gross. But, so that was kind of slowing down the creative process. And then next week, I'm having surgery on my right hand for trigger finger and my thumb. And I'm really scared that that's going to put a major damper on the creating. But I've talked about the trigger finger thing a few times on here before, and a few of you mentioned very kindly that the surgery was a positive, success. So I'm hoping we can just do it and move on. And if you're curious, I'm drinking throat coat, and it has a cute, these little tags have a cute little thing. This one is by Emily Dickinson, and it says, now you see why I need the throat coat. How strange that nature does not knock and yet does not intrude. I don't know about that. Nature tends to intrude with some wild Michigan weather on occasion. Anyway, so I thought I would share that fun upcoming project right off the top. Let me tell you what else I've been working on, and what I think I might have to go to as my default while I recover from hand surgery, and that is spinning. So I think I showed last episode that I had started to spin this fiber. I'll insert a photo. I bought 2 4-ounce balls from Lazy Dog Fiber Arts while we were both vending at the Northern Michigan Fiber Festival last October. And this is Jacob wool with silk noil. And I absolutely fell in love with it. Spun it up and then plied it. This is my first time plying like what I spin on what I spin. Before, I've spun like a strand of mohair yarn onto what I spun, or scrap. So this was basically like from start to finish mine. And I'm actually quite pleased with, I still think I have a long way to go on my spinning journey, but this is not bad. So I have 300 yards here, which I don't know what I'm going to do with. I was thinking color work. So if you have suggestions, let me know what you think. So needless to say, I'm enjoying spinning. And then the other day I was going through my bag of, like, my project bags, looking to see what was what, where things were at, kind of do a little like end of January assessment. And I found my cute little Matterroot project bag where I had started a sock last September, put it in timeout, knowing that, like, for me a sock is just I'll get to it when I get to it, when the mood strikes. Well, the mood struck. And what I was knitting it with was this Zauberball yarn held with this mohair silk that I dyed. And the sock that was on the needles, I use, what do you call these? What do you call these? Flexi flips. Love these. Better than a 9-inch circular and better than DPNs. So check it out. The sock that I was knitting on only needed a toe. All the rest of it was done, shockingly. So I was like, well, that's silly. Let me just go on and finish the one sock. And then maybe that'll motivate me to finish the second sock. So this is mohair held with sock yarn to make DK weight socks. And I think This is just absolutely gorgeous. I love the color changing. I love the halo. I love the extra warmth of the mohair. So now I'm pretty motivated to finish the second sock so that I can enjoy it this winter. So I'm thinking, I don't know, there's just not enough knitting time in the day. Yeah. So I want to finish these. I think definitely, depending on how my hand surgery goes, my goal is to finish the other sock by the end of February. That's the goal. It does help that I wear a size 6.5 shoe, so my socks are fairly small, which I am thankful for. I mean, as they say, good things come in small packages. Like me. Just kidding. So, yeah, I think my sock mojo is back. And if you're curious what pattern I did for that, I will insert it. I don't think I have it here. Do I? It's kind of a Frankenstein of the Homebody Socks, but I did not follow it to pattern 100%. I didn't do twisted rib. I didn't do something different at the top. I did do the heel method. What do you call this? What do you call this? She called it a strong heel turn. Heel flap and gusset. That's it. And then I kind of did something different I haven't done before on the toe. So I stopped the ribbing like here, where the orange yellowish ends. Then I knit stockinette for like 5 rounds before beginning the toe decreases. And then I kitchenered it shut. I don't know why I did that, but I felt inspired. So this is kind of an experiment. Yeah. Love DK weight socks though. That's my total new jam because seriously, who has time to knit fingering weight socks? I mean, either way I'm knitting, but you know what I'm saying. The other thing, I don't think I talked about this on the last episode. Did I? I don't know. Maybe I did. I don't think I did. It's been a few weeks. This is sleeve number 1, and it's a little bit wonky here. It needs to be blocked properly, so don't worry about that. This is sleeve number 1 of my Varma, is that what it's called? Varma Cardigan by Johanna Vow. This is 2 strands of sport weight held together. She used Plotalopi, but I find that itchy, so I'm using my own hand-dyed sport weight. No, I don't sell sport weight in the shop. If you want a custom dye on sport weight, just send me an email. This is sleeve number 1. I'm not usually a big fan of bottom up, which this is. But for this awesome cardigan, I'm willing to do anything. And then I've got sleeve number 2 going. We're making pretty good progress. I think I've only knit on this like maybe 1.5 evenings. So we're getting there. You know when you get your momentum, that's what really counts. I wanted to finish this really by the end of February, but given the fact that I'm having hand surgery, I don't think that that's at all practical, which is okay because then it takes the pressure off and I can knit this throughout the spring and summer and make this one of my Rhinebeck sweaters, which was initially my plan for last year. So I'm kind of excited that it's like having a full circle situation. So Rhinebeck sweater number 1. So that's another whip. The only other project I really have going on is my temperature blanket, which I am knitting with Hobie Happy Place yarn, which is a collaboration. Ignore the 30s on it. This is a collaboration between Tony of TL Yarn Crafts, who I just mentioned, and Hobie Yarn, which is based in, where are they based in? Denmark or somewhere out that direction. This is a cotton wool yarn, and I'm doing the daily high temperatures for Detroit for last year. And so far, this is what I've got. This is all of January of last year plus half of February. The yellow, I want to point out, represents 60 degrees. There was a 60 degree day in Detroit. Let's say that fast. 60-degree day in Detroit. Did it last year in mid-February. I think it was like Valentine's week, if I recall. It was so shocking. Global warming. But yeah, so 2 rows per day, and then different colors denote different 10-degree blocks of temperatures. So far we've had a lot of 20s, 30s, and the dark blue is 40s. No, the dark blue is 50s. Yeah. 30s. We've had a lot of 30s, which is the green. So my goal is to finish this by the fall. I'm okay with, like, you know, taking my time. It takes me about 15 minutes to knit a day's worth, which is 2 rows. And I believe it's 270 stitches wide. That should be the thumbnail. Maybe I should do it with a ball. Now you guys get to see all the goofiness that goes into recording an episode. Anyway, no pattern to this. This is just garter stitch. I figured out by looking at other temperature blanket patterns on Ravelry, because I just wanted something simple. I wanted it to be mindless. I wanted it to be all garter. Just so it didn't overwhelm me. So I figured out this is DK weight yarn. I'm using a size 6 needle, which I'm a loose knitter, so I had to go down from what I thought I might need. And I cast on 270 stitches. Some blankets were like 300 stitches, but I think that this is a good, like, this is beyond lap. This is like probably, I could lay it on a twin size bed or something. Anyway, highly encourage temperature blankets. I've been wanting to do one for a while now, and I'm really enjoying it. It's kind of like a nice remembrance of like a year. So that's that. I think that's all I've got for you today. I'm gonna make this a quick episode. If you're in the Chicago area, go check out the trunk show that I'm having of my yarn at String Theory Yarn Shop in Glen Ellen. It'll be there until February 8th. Some of my new colorways are there, which I don't think I have any of them. I don't have any of them nearby. Sorry. But definitely go check it out either in their shop or on their website. They have the whole trunk show. So I'm really honored to be hosted there, and I hope that you will go check it out. All right, guys, I hope that you're having a great weekend or week or day or whenever you see this, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.